BoLS fans, AdamHarry back again with a quick BoLS overview. We have the new Chaos Battletome Blades of Khorne. We are going to show off some of the stuff in this book. We're not going to show off everything because it's not technically available yet. It's coming out, as of filming this video, it's coming out this weekend. Hopefully by the time you see this video, it will either have already been out, or if you're just curious about what you're going to be getting, that's kind of what we do here. So we're going to show off some teases in the book, and then once it actually comes out, we'll do a little bit more in-depth interview with it, or overview with it. So, but here we go. Let's check out some teasers real quick. This is the back of the book. What it is contained over here, it's going to have all of the information you've ever wanted to know about the Blood God and his murderous champions. We're going to have take a quick look at the examples of the different color schemes and things like that. We're also going to have tips for collecting the Blades of Khorne army, and that includes both the mortals and the daemons. Battle plans, allegiance abilities, battle traits, command traits, all that fun stuff. And then of course some cool theme battalions. I'm going to show off one of my personal favorites, which is the Gore Pilgrims battalion war scrolls. So let's go ahead and jump in real quick. I will show off the table of contents, of course, so you guys can get a good look at that. Let me zoom in just a touch. As you can see here again, all the background you want to know about Khorne, all the different fun stuff about the Blood God and all those skulls. Bloodbound hordes, the reigns of Gore, which that's more of the, we've got the mortals here, and mortals right here, and then all the daemons here, roughly. Yeah, type of stuff. Armies of the Blood God. This is very, very similar to the Disciples of Zinch layout. If you've flip through that book, very similar. There are no new models released, but the battalions are where it's at. So you get a ton of new war scrolls in here. We're gonna flip through a couple of those, and then of course all of the war scrolls for all of the models currently in the range, and then of course the rules and pitch battle points. So we'll flip through that real quick. Again, this is the background about the Lord of Skulls, aka Khorne. All about fighting in war and martial prowess and all that fun stuff. Tons of cool art in this book, by the way. If you are at all curious, or just want to take a quick look at some of the cool artwork, this book has a ton of it. So especially for all your favorite blood red buddies here. I actually thought that was that guy right there was a Ultramarine for a second. Just got some flashbacks from Gathering Storm. Moving on. It's not Ultramarine. It's not. It's Sigmar. So Legion of Khorne, yeah, really cool art. This is really neat. This is the layout of kind of the ranks. So you start with all the different hosts and work your way up to the Blood God himself. So here's some of the cool heraldry of the Blood God. So it's not always just blood red all the time. There's some metal tones in there. Brass is a big one. Other types of metals, of course. The different icons of Khorne, these are all really cool looking. Really intricate, lots. If this page is one of those pages that you just want to kind of look at for a bit. Stuff will jump out at you. Mostly sharp objects, but they're there. Here's all the cool artifacts, what they look like in the artwork, and later on when you're flipping through or giving your units upgrades if you want to kind of model something similar. But you got your Gore axes, your Hellblades, things like that. Carnage and Slaughter. Two axes for Scarbrand, if you're ever wondering which one's which. You don't actually list them, but I'm assuming Carnage and Slaughter. Armor of Scorn. Of course, you got your Collars of Khorne. You got to have those. Yeah, more hordes. Flipping through. I'm skipping ahead again. Some of this artwork we've seen before. This was a cool page I wanted to show off. This is how the Bloodbound war hordes are kind of how they kind of function or report in. You've got a Lord of Khorne here, and he has 8 different Gore chosen people that kind of work for him. Shockingly enough, it's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, it's Khorne. It's a magic number. So then he's got 8 different yeah, 8 different subsets too. So fun times. At least I think it was 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shockingly enough. Here's some of the mortals, how you can paint them up if you want some different paint options. Let's see, these are the Murderfist tribe. They've got the blood red fists, of course. Skullfiend tribe here. Just different options here. If you ever get tired of just painting red all the time. The different, basically blood of through the ages, if you will. I like these little timetables. They're kind of wonky, but when you read them all, it kind of all fits together. It's kind of like this Catch-22, the book, not the actual thing, but how it's all kind of mixed up. And once you read them all, it all makes more sense. So I like that. Reign of Gore. Just again, this is the part of the book where it talks about all the different units, and I'm not gonna flip through all those, but you get the idea. Armies of the Blood God. This is the model section, of course, where we're going to get to look at all the different models. We've seen a lot of these. These are just really nice photos of the actual models if you're ever curious. You know, they have those in every book, so nice showcases for the models. Ready? Here's where we get into some of the allegiance abilities. I'm not going to go through all this stuff. We've shown off some other things here, but you can kind of see here the different allegiance abilities here. You got your battle traits and your blood tithe table. Blood tithe table is really cool. It's kind of you kind of have to earn it, which are kind of neat. So we do have artifacts of power and things like that. There are the new demonic gifts and blessings. I'm not going to show all those off. Battle plans, which are just kind of the missions, if you will, if you want to play those. Path to Glory. If you are playing a Path to Glory campaign, this will let you keep track of your warband and things like that. And you do actually have permission to photocopy this page from GW when you get the book. There's how the warband table works, and the followers rewards, and the champions reward table, all that good stuff. Here's where we get to the War Scroll battalions. I'm not going to show all these off. They're pretty cool. Actually, what I want to look for, there's the Brass Stampede. Here we go. This is what I wanted to show off. These are really fun. These are included. There's a couple more for the mortals. I just want to show these off. We've got the Reapers of Vengeance here and the Khorne Bloodlords here. These are kind of the big, if you build a themed army and you want to do that, you've got kind of how the organization is set up for the Reapers of Vengeance here. You got one Blood Hunt Battalion, must contain a Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster and units of Blood Crushers only. 3 to 8 War Scroll battalions chosen in any combination of the following, blah, blah, blah. Any number of additional Khorne Daemon units or War Scrolls. If the Reapers contain the maximum number of battalions, it gains the Khorne cares not from whence the blood flows and revel in the carnage abilities on page 100, which is kind of nice. And you get a bunch of extra stuff too. I'm going to pause real quick and we're going to jump over to the Gore Pilgrims, which are probably my most favorite named Khorne unit right now. Okay, I can't help but giggle. This is the War Scroll Battalion for the Gore Pilgrims. I can't help but giggle because every time I say Gore Pilgrims, all I can picture are flat top hats and brass belt buckles and pretty much everything you would expect from like the pilgrims that came to America. And I don't know why, but it just makes me giggle. That would be my theme force if I did this, but it's not like the greatest battalion ever, but I think it's funny. You have to have a Bloodscrater, 2 to 3 Slaughter Priests, 1 to 2 units of Blood Warriors, and 1 to 2 units of Blood Reavers. So it's mostly just a Mortals of Khorne kind of force. We also have the 2 abilities that they get. You have the Acolytes of Khorne, which are the Slaughter Priests that lead the murderous congregation of Gore Pilgrims, are amongst the most devoted of the Bloody Creed. You can choose to reroll the dice when attempting a blood-fueled prayer or a blood blessing of Khorne with a Slaughter Priest from the Gore Pilgrims, which is kind of nice. Some of those blood prayers and blessings are really, really good. Widening the Rift. Basically what this does is it increases the range of the Portal of Skulls ability of the battalion's Bloodscrater by 6 inches for each of the battalion's Slaughter Priests that are within 8 inches of him when he opens the Portal of Skulls. What's the Portal of Skulls? It's a great question. Let's flip back to the Bloodscrater real quick. Actually, we pause and then we'll go to it. Here's the War Scroll for the Bloodscrater. Portal of Skulls ability. How this works is in the hero phase you can declare that this model opens the Portal of Skulls. If you do until your next turn, the hero phase. If you do until your next hero phase, you may not move the model, but it has the following abilities. Stationary. Loathsome Sorcery. Both sides must reroll successful casting rolls for wizards within 18 inches of this model before any unbinding rolls are made. Rage of Khorne. All of your Khorne units in the army within 18 inches of this model at the start of the phase, they get +1 to their attack characteristics. So, and you don't have to take any battle shock tests. So that range increases by 6 inches for every single 6 inches for each Slaughter Priest that are within 8 inches of him. There's 2 to 3 Slaughter Priests, so you are at least at the start of the game can go double that up to 18 more inches. So, gee, that's 36 inches from him, which is basically 6 feet in either direction. 3 feet in either direction, totaling 6 feet. You pretty much cover the board, is what that's getting at. So, pretty awesome ability there for the Blood Creator. So, let me zoom out real fast. Of course, in the book, because this is the Khorne book, we've got all of the different War Scrolls. These, of course, are available online from Games Workshop. Click on the model, click in the lower right, there's the rules there. You can get these from the app as well if you're interested in doing that. I don't play the Khorne, so I can't tell you if any of these are changed or updated, but they're out there, so you can totally double check that if you want to. But that's all included in the book as well. And then last but not least, we've got the rules, of course, and then the points page too. So the points are also included in the book. I'm not going to show that off because you should really buy this book, and pirating's bad. So that's it for this quick overview of the Blades of Khorne, the new Chaos Battletome. It should be in storage this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, go check it out, and blood for the Blood God. I'm AdamHarry from BoLS, signing off. Have a good one.